Hey guys, welcome to part 11 of June's Food Forest Tour. Hope y'all are doing well today. Just got done doing this third to last row with the apple tree right there with the big grapevine getting going and the other apple tree that's struggling along, probably removing soon. Over here to the second to the last row, got this apple tree right here. It's kind of looking okay. Probably be another one I end up probably taking out. Actually, this one looks like it may be a wine sap, which I can't remember if I may have just moved this one here recently, or but it seems to be doing good now, and looks like it's doing well. Got some new growth. It looks like it's starting to put out there, so that's good to see. Finally starting to kind of get going. Get established. I have a feeling that I think I moved that one there just this year, so it's probably getting adjusted a little bit. And got the pineapple guava right here, recently planted, and you can see it's pretty close to the apple tree right here, and there's another apple tree right here. There's probably about maybe 8 feet in between each apple tree, and there's just about 4 feet in between each apple tree and the pineapple guava in the middle. And the pineapple guava may get pretty good size, but I'm hoping that it will kind of fill in in between them more, especially the lower section, as it's hopefully going to kind of get bushy, and hope it'll kind of fill in, and also maybe the scent from the leaves may also help repel pests for the apple trees. So they are definitely going to be close, but I think it'll be a good close. I've got a lot of them, planted like this up there in the front portion of the food forest. Kind of similar everywhere I've planted one. It's going to be about 4 feet away from a bigger fruit tree, and so I'm really excited to hopefully see how they do, and see if they kind of bush out and kind of even expand. They may not be expanding too much, sideways, but I think they'll kind of thicken up this way and kind of fill in this area. So really excited to see how that comes along. Apple tree right here is looking really good. Supposedly an Enterprise apple tree. See how that one develops. Looks really healthy so far. No disease issues. I've heard that the taste of these trees, or the apples from these trees, isn't that great, but it definitely looks disease resistant so far, so that's a plus for sure. If the apples are remotely edible, I'll be glad. And got a blackberry coming up right down here, looking really good, healthy. Yeah. I don't know of anybody really growing apples within a pretty good ways of me, so I'm probably stubborn to try to grow them. But yeah, I guess I think it can be done with certain varieties, and I think the key is just finding those varieties. And so it's definitely difficult, but it kind of makes it fun too. So a lot of apple trees that aren't doing good, but I hope to have some that do good. And same thing with plum trees, and peaches. They're really affected by insects, so trying to find varieties that for them, they can take the weather here fine, but as far as diseases go, but the pests for them are really bad. And trying to find ones that maybe with a thicker skin, and or maybe a little bit firmer flesh that will kind of make it for those like plum curculio and bugs like that, to keep them off of there and keep the fruit in good condition. So it should be interesting to see how that all plays out. Got I think it's a European plum back here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And it's a wild blackberry actually behind it. It's growing up really fast. I think it's grown from the ground, so about a similar speed to the one over there. That was the bigger one that I planted. I guess that one wasn't grown from the ground. I think this one was maybe like a foot tall too, so it was pretty comparable. So So glad to see the growth rate is about the same with that one as a wild one. Probably the wild one has a little bit more vigor for sure, but really good to see. At least it's decent for the cultivated variety that's also thornless. So that's it's kind of, a toss up between the thornless and the blackberries with thorns. I think it can be good to grow both because the blackberries with thorns can be used to kind of keep critters off of plants. So it can make it challenging definitely for humans to get to it too, to do things to the tree. But with kind of how I'm growing these trees with little intervention, I think it would be rare that that I'd need to access the bottom of a tree, with mainly the fruit being above or almost above or right near the top of the blackberries anyway. So I think they can be valuable in some situations where I think a lot of people maybe just pull them out and say, get rid of those thorns, which which is definitely tempting for me sometimes. And but they do make a good fruit, and it can have benefits too. So it's kind of a battle. Do I keep it? Do I pull it out? I tend to definitely, or I intend to have a lot more thornless blackberries for sure, but I think it's valuable to keep some of the wild ones, and also maybe let them mix, and the seedlings could have some of the vigor from the wild ones with the no thorns and the taste of the cultivated varieties. So I think that could be valuable too. So got a cucumber right here coming up, looks pretty good. Over here on the last row, the mulberry looks really good. It's grown back completely from the roots, and it's about probably almost getting close to 4 feet tall for that main shoot, and it's also got a secondary shoot that's probably about 3 feet tall, so that's looking really good. Got a cucumber, it looks like, right there coming up. Got lots over here too, looking really good. There's a pole bean right there. Trying to find, I think it got munched on. Yeah, I was like, doesn't look like it's the full plant. There's some cucumbers down in there too. Some up there too. Squash right there. That squash looks like it's kind of struggling. It may get, that squash may not make it, but the ones that do make it will be the ones worth saving the seeds from and keeping to go further. There's some more cucumbers right there, and pole bean. Got another pole bean right here. Blackberry right there. Another bean over here. A lot of cucumbers right there in that section. You can tell looks like a deer came up, or a rabbit came up and munched whatever that was. Looks like maybe a dock plant. I'm surprised they munched on that. The cucumbers right there, looking really good. Go over and look at this other second, the back row too, while we're right here. The pineapple guava right there. This was an apple tree that didn't make it, and got a really healthy, super good growing squash right there, and a bean plant right there. It's looking really good. Probably some carrots too down there, it looks like. The soil right here near these two ponds I dug was a lot more rich, it seemed like, than most of the other areas of the food forest, so that may have helped in this spot that it has such healthy soil. But it looks like tough plants also, so that's really good to see. Big bean plant right there. Wow. Same thing with the cucumber. It's just huge compared to everything else nearby. Really big. First I was like, what is that? Some more cucumbers down there. These bigger plants are probably from the first round that I planted, so I had a first round where I planted a little bit, and then I came back and planted a second round, and so the first round plants are probably quite a bit bigger than than some of the second ones. Mulberry tree is getting huge. All the side branches right there are new growth just this year. They're probably all over 3 feet long already. Some probably getting close to 4. This tree is just gonna be huge very quickly, which is a good thing. Maybe you can take some cuttings from it and try to root them if it gets really big and kind of getting a little tight with its neighbors. Can expand it, reproduce it to different areas. It's not my first choice, but if it gets to that, it can be kind of reused to do that. So get some more mulberry trees, which is always nice. Some good looking cucumbers right here on this row. Another pineapple guava. Some more good cucumbers. More cucumbers. More cucumbers. Some of the deer protection around the mulberry. Have these limbs sticking all up. A really big healthy squash plant. Got a nice pretty flower down there. Sorry. This apple tree looks like it's on its way out. I think it was a... can't remember. I think it was a... can't remember what type it was. It was a cooking apple, I think. Braeburn? Yeah, I think it was a Braeburn. This is supposedly a Honeycrisp, which is looking quite decent. But also, as you can see at the bottom down there, it did have some dieback. It looks like fire blight, and it's probably fire blight susceptible. Not successful, but susceptible. Got not much growing over here. That's the mystery tree right there, and honey locust right there. Looking good. Willow trees back there still looking good. And that'll conclude this month's Food Forest Tours. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I'll see you in July's tours, if not sooner, in another video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye, guys.